Welcome back. This is mileage test day to test out the equipment. We are running right now. The fans are running on the Epoch machine, and you can see the meter is showing 0 because it's in standby mode. We have it plugged into our inverter. Both of them are plugged in, but we can't run both of them at the same time. Because of the amp draw, the battery can't keep up with the draw, or the alternator is not putting out enough power to keep up with the demand. Remember, this is a small car running on factory equipment. I have a little note there. That's my pump for my system in the front. That's just a reminder when I turn it on to turn on the pump. There's the arc welding setup. All we do is plug this machine into the inverter, and the hose runs to the front. Now let's go to the front. Our emergency shutoff switch, so if you want to turn it off, it shuts off the entire system at any time. Here's our power consumption. In standby mode. The very bottom is what's being used, and the top is what's available or what's being used. I don't know which way. I gotta look in the book. But when we turn on both of them, it will show 94 to 97 on the top, and then it won't take long before the inverter shuts down. So we are still learning this ProSign device. It's a Cadillac, and we're trying to figure it out. Here's our O2 sensor box. Now front of the hood. This right here controls the pump speed, and we are running our device right here. Flashback arrestor. Right there's the chamber that holds the fluid, and the gas transfers out of that for our homemade system and goes in here. The one from the back is coming out of here, right here. It doesn't go backwards to the back at all, so it just goes into our gas dryer, out of the gas dryer, flashback arrestor, out of the flashback arrestor, and into the input. Stainless steel radiator is designed for the homemade device only. The one in the unit in the back has cooling fans for its cooling system. Now I'm going to turn it on. I can hear the load on the alternator and gauge. Now we're going to go check the gauge meter inside, and it'll tell us what's going on. 7 amps being consumed, and 37 on the top. Battery temperature 73 degrees, and 14 volts in the battery. 116 volts going to the unit in the back that's running off of AC. We are going to go to the gas station, and we are going to fill up, and we're going to set our trip gauge. Right now it's, you saw 12 miles per gallon because I was sitting. We are going to reset that to 0 when we start our trip. And we'll be back when we fill up. Alright, we're at the gas station, already filled up. We filled it till we Got the first click on the low mode, the first notch on the pump setting on the handle. There's the total miles. Now I'm going to reset the trip. And trip B also reset. Here's our display. It's up to 8 amps right now since the machine warmed up. That's where it should stay. We're at 14 volts. 116 volts AC going out. 8 amps being consumed by the machine at 60 hertz. Now it's time for us to get on 94 and make our trip. Just coming down the surface roads, we went up to 30. Now as you can see, it's going down since we're sitting. We'll turn on the camera along the way, give you progress. Alright, as we're cruising down the road, we're making adjustments on our O2 sensor box right here. And here's our gauge on the readout on the display here, and the power supply back there. $70 miles an hour on cruise, as you can see. And with the gauge here, we're not too sure on if the computer's calculating correctly, but we'll find out when we fill up at the pump if everything matches up correctly. That's the update. We are 25 miles into our trip. Mess around with our settings on the box for our O2 sensor down on the exhaust system.